radio operators. Welcome to the weekend wind down net. Before we get going, is there any emergency or priority traffic in this frequency?
Coming in awful scratchy.
Well, thanks for the radio check. Let me try the 775. Itchy. How about now?
Oh, that's way more better.
Itchy. Okay. Benadryl. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Well, this is Ernesto, KI5PZN. That's Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, and I'm your net controller for this net. This net is heard through the Universal Link Repeater System, KA5D, and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Repeater System, M50AK. If you're using the Universal Link Repeater System, make sure your tone is set to 97.4. If you're using the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Repeater System, set your tone to 114.8. If you're outside of Austin, we would love to hear from you too. The way to get in is via Echolink by connecting to KA5D-R, that's Kilo Alpha 5 Delta-Romeo, or M50AK-R, that's November 5 Oscar Alpha Kilo-Romeo. You can also reach us via All-Star by connecting to node 51444. Weekend Wind Down is a RAC2 net. We get together on Sunday nights to talk about the weekend. Did you work on a project, barbecue, watch a movie, or were you stuck catching up on chores? Hammer related or not, tell us. Was your weekend a blast or a bust? Please note this is a directed net, so please refer all calls to me, Net Control. Don't forget to leave rooms between check-ins and transmissions to allow for any emergency traffic. Well, let's start the weekend wind down net with a segment called Discord Dish, where we serve up our favorite Discord post from the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Discord server. We started this week with the contesting channel. There's plenty of activity. There was a contest going this weekend. I didn't participate, did not have the time to be on the radio, but I know that was a big deal. I know it's the worldwide one. I forgot the name, but that's there's a lot of conversations on the contesting channel in case you want to check out what happened over the weekend. On the CW channel, we have a CW operation channel. There is a good conversation going on there on CW only rig. So if you are interested about learning more about this radio, there is like I said, there's a conversation going on the CW channel, and you can ask, if the conversation has turned into, I don't know, at this point probably talking about, Orange Fence or something like that. You can always bring it back and ask more questions, but there are some radios that are CW only. We have another channel, it's pretty interesting, the Mesh Static channel, and the guys are trying to build a nice network in this area. If you would like to learn more, you should check that out. And, you can ask the guys as well if you have any questions on that channel. It's a very neat system, for sure. Next on the air, we had Ray, K5BZI, and Jason, KB5MPJ from Buda. They were somewhere, I think it was west from here, but they were out there in one of the parks, and they were doing the working their parks on the air over the weekend. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to get to an HF radio during the weekend, but I know they were very, very busy. And I heard Jason checking into the 220 net on Saturday last night from the campsite, so that was very neat to hear that. And that's on the Parks on the Air channel, y'all. KFI PZ, and continuing with the weekend wind down net. And the next posting was on the satellite communication. That was by Lance KD3E. Is the space station is already doing their slow scan TV transmission. If you are a new ham, you can download an app to decode slow scan TV, SSTV. That's Sierra Tango Victor, SSTV. When the space station flies over your area, you can just step out with an HT. You don't need a fancy radio to do this. You step out with your HT and your smartphone with that app open, and what you are looking for, or what you are going to be hearing, sounds more like a, well, hopefully you have heard a fax machine tone in the past. If you haven't, you can Google how a fax machine tone used to sound. Well, they still use them. And that's kind of like you hear something like that, but your phone will decode it and you get to see the image, and that's really, really, really cool. So don't forget that that's a possibility. You can do that with an HD, and all you need is your technician license to have that type of fun. And again, we have an SSTV channel on Discord, and you can check that out. And the satellite communication, the post is on both of those channels. And there was a Fox hidden transmitter this weekend. John KE5RS has a Fox going on the Leander area. I did not get to participate either. I don't have a radio in my truck at the moment. I smoked my radio, killed it last Sunday right after the net. So no Foxes for me this weekend, but there was activity as well. And those were the posts that I grabbed real quick from the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Discord server. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. I just didn't have the chance to go through all of them. But we have a tons of channels on every single area of ham radio. Anything you can think of ham radio related, we have a channel for that on Discord. Free to join. All you have to do is go to n5oak.org, and you can scroll down to the join the Discord server button. And if you haven't used Discord is an app that you can download, or a website where you can go as well. It's more like a message board kind of setup, and it's super easy to use, and it's a good place to go and ask questions when you're starting out, or if you're getting started with something new to you. Radios and issues, troubleshooting, you name it, you can ask the guys, and somebody will come out and help you for sure. Plus, you get to know what's going on in the area. You get to stay current with the ham activities in the area as well. And again, it's free to join. KI5 n5oak.org. Scroll down and join the fun. This is KI5 PZ, continuing with the weekend wind down net. All right, well, let's see. I had a pretty awesome weekend. We started on Friday with traveling tackle net. We do that net on the last Friday of the month, and this month it was the UT guys' turn. So we went over there and visited with David and the UT guys, and we had a blast. It was fun. So far, we've done 3 of those, and the 3 of them have been, a lot of laughs and good times. So, again, keep an eye on that. We'll be doing the next one next month. We'll be visiting Ray, K5BZI, for this next one. So I did that on Friday. Saturday, I did the breakfast with the ham in the Waterloo Ice House. That's on 8600 Burnett Road, just south of 183. Got to talk to a bunch of people. Had a good group this Saturday. These groups are getting bigger. If you haven't gone, you should check it out. It's every Saturday. We get there like around 8 a.m., and this last one, I guess the last few times that I've been there, I've been leaving the restaurant, close to 11 in the morning. So it's a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours, just hanging out with the homies over there. If you haven't been, you should check it out. It's a good group of people, friendly folks, and I don't know. It's a nice thing to meet Hams in person as well. To talk to Larry, KG5RVR. Larry went on a trip through Europe, and he was setting up his HF rigs and different areas, historic sites. And he posted, I think, the videos and the pictures on a Facebook group called Ham Radio Odyssey. If you want to check that out, that's Larry KG5RVR. It seems pretty interesting. I closed my Facebook account a million years ago, but I guess I should open it up and check that out. Today, I hung out with my friends, a few friends, and then we were also looking into fixing a Victrola that we have, really old one. Doug was helping me out with that as well. Thank you for helping me out with that, and Rusty for letting me dump that stuff over there at your shop. And it's been an interesting project, and it's getting more interesting. It's really old Victrola. Got to crank that thing to play the records, and it's an interesting project for sure. It was a blast. I had a good weekend, but I'm curious, I wonder how everybody else's weekend went. Let's go for check-ins, but before I do that, let me do a proper ID. This is the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN. On Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. via the Universal Link repeater system and the OKO Amateur Radio Club repeater system. Well, all right, any licensed operator is welcome to check in. If you're a new ham, this is a cool ham, you can call in. Then I go mad. I can't talk. Feel free to check in. I'm not going to be asking you any difficult questions about, ham radio. We're just talking about what we did on the weekend. So new hams are also welcome, more than welcome to check into this net. So, all right, y'all. Any mode and anywhere, please call in with your name and call sign if you would like to check in.
This is Whiskey 5, KYU.
November 5, Yankee Alpha, November.
David, I got you there, and you double with somebody else with the W5. With the W5, can you come back?
Whiskey 5, Kilo Yankee Uniform.
I got you, Kai and David. All right, looking for check-ins. Please call net control with your name and call sign.
This is KA5 FZU Paul.
Kyle, David, and Paul, anybody else like to check in? Please call net control with your name and call sign.
This is AI5LE, John.
This is Kilo 5 Juliet Mike, K5JM Sam.
Got 5 check-ins. Let's got Kai, David, Paul, John, and Sam. So let's go and check with Kai, W5KYU. Kai, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you? W5KYU from KI5PZN on the net. Kai, you still around?
Yeah. This is W5KYU. Can you hear me?
Man, I can cover you really well now. What's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you?
I was saying that I've been busy working on cleaning my previous TV room into trying to turn it into a ham shack. So I'm doing a lot of sorting out old boxes, dumping it in, making more storage. It seems like I need storage for all the little pieces and parts.
Very exciting, man. It's funny. I'm taking down my shack and you're opening up yours. That's good, man. That's always fun to start putting your radios together in your shack. And it's funny also because I know you just got licensed and you're already looking for storage to put stuff away. One of the things that happens with this hobby is like for whatever reason we end up usually with a bunch of stuff in no time, man. Did you participate on the contest this weekend? Back to you.
I did not participate. I was not aware. I guess I usually only, kind of turn everything on Sunday nights. So it seems like I'm not always paying attention to the Discord or other, nets that would let me know these things are happening. Back to you.
Well, man, I feel honored. You remember this one. But yeah, there was a contest this week, and I didn't participate, but I think it was some, HF worldwide stuff. If you turn on the radio, still probably on like 20, 40 meters, probably, packed back to back. But, well, cool, man. Anything else happening? Did you get a new radio, or are you just setting up all your stuff, the stuff that you have, just in a new setup? Back to you, Ka.
Oh, my space, I don't even have a desk in it, so I feel like a desk is the first thing, so I can put some radio on top of the desk. And I just have a lot of like handhelds, and at this point, I'm losing track of which charger goes to which battery. So I just need some organization. Back to you.
Oh man, yeah, I've seen and I've used before now, but I only have one radio now here on this table. Because I'm in the middle of moving, but labels that seem to keep me from doing the wrong thing. I wish I would have done that when I was installing my radios that are fried, but yeah, usually the labels are the ones that keep me from losing my mind on this type of things. Same thing with like coax. It's a good if you have multiple coax coming into the house, it's not a bad idea to put a little tag in so that you don't have to, every time you're gonna grab one of those, if you don't have them connected, you have to go out and follow the coax and see which antenna is coming from. Back to you.
Yes, definitely. I bought a little label maker. Hopefully they'll keep me organized and label all the cables and label all the chargers and all the other parts that comes with all the radios. Back to you.
And the longer you spend, on this hobby, the more cables and junk you'll be collecting. Kyle, we're going to see you at McKinney Falls this Saturday. Back to you.
Definitely. Already signed up. I'm really excited about it. So that's why I'm trying to get some stuff organized so I can figure out what I should take with me. Maybe a handheld, debating whether I should take my mobile. It's like, just trying to get my little go boxes ready to travel for next Saturday. Looking forward to it. Back to you.
Awesome, man. Bring them all. That way, if you get bored, you can switch from one to the other one. But it's gonna be fox hunting and parks on the air, and then it's a lot of fun. We had the first one last year, and it was great. We had a really good time. So looking forward to this Saturday as well. I signed up and bought the ticket and all the things. Being an adult now, closing up to the deadline, but whatever. Well, very cool, man. Do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
Well, that's it. Just excited about next week. I'll see you then. And so signing off, W5KYU. Out.
All right, Kyle. I appreciate you checking into the net. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I'm looking forward to see you this week, this coming week. All right, that was Kyle. And now we are going to go and check with David, N5YAN. David, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you?
Hey Ernesto, and everyone else listening to the net. It's been a pretty busy weekend, but I've been trying to relax as well. It was nice seeing everybody earlier, and I'm also looking forward to the park potluck next weekend. Colby had something come up, so I'm going to have to stay the whole time. Oh, woe is me, right? I'm so disappointed, right? So I'll be staying to make sure everyone has a ride home. And I'm really looking forward to the park potluck, hopefully operating some HF and just hanging out with everyone. It's going to be a busy week hitting the books to make up for it, but it's the price you got to pay, right? It's all worth it in the end. N5YAN, back to net.
Yeah, man, no, it's a fun event for sure, and yeah, same here. I mean, I have to probably, work a little bit extra during the week, so the Saturday is kind of free, or just force myself to have it free. That's usually the way it goes. Just put stuff in hold, and then you catch up a little bit later, But very cool, man. It was really cool hanging out with you guys on Friday. That was a fun net for sure, and thank you for inviting me, having me over there, and for helping out running the net. I had a blast. Did you do any? I know you've been busy, doing a whole bunch of stuff. But did you participate on the contest this weekend? Back to you, David.
Yeah, no, I'm not a super big contest person. What I enjoy really about contests is trying to pick people out from the noise. So no, I didn't participate in the contest, but it seems like it was enjoyable. I've tuned around on the SDRs, online SDRs, and it looks like the band's really coming through. So I'm sure everyone who's into contesting was really happy, especially now that the solar cycle's coming back and we're getting a little better propagation. So I'm sure for some people the contest was really enjoyable, but no, I did not participate.
Right on, man. Yeah, I turned on the radio before I started with the net, and went and checked in 20, and it was just packed. And I looked on 40, there was a bunch of people as well. I got back to to the repeater, but I don't do contests. I'm too lazy for the whole thing. This is usually what I like to do, is just sit down and talk to people. But it's I know it's a popular one, because obviously there were a ton of people on the air, which is a good thing. That's what we want, to have people on the air. So I guess it's working out. And do you have any plans for? Well, you said a bunch of work for this week. You guys carpooling over there? What's the how are you guys getting over there? The UT Club.
Well, the funny part is we don't exactly know how many people are coming. People have said they'd be coming, and then, oh, no, I'm busy. So we don't have a final head count. For now, I think it's just Colby, Young, and I. So I'd imagine Young doesn't have a car, so we'll just go with me and Colby there. Colby has to leave early, and then I'll take... Oh, sorry about that. I'm not sure how much I got cut off there. So Colby and I will be driving, and then whoever needs to come back will have to come back with me, because Colby needs to leave early. Back to net.
All right on, man. Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. Looks like the weather is going to behave so far, so it should be a good outing. I hope to see all of you guys over there. Hopefully the entire club can make it. It'll be fun to see all of your troublemakers at the park. Well, David, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for checking in. I like listening to the repeater while I do my work. So, it's nice to hear from everyone. Make sure, we're all still around. Anyways, November 5, Yankee Alpha November, back to net.
David, appreciate you checking into the net, and we'll be talking to you soon, man. All right, well, we're gonna go and check now. I didn't drink enough coffee, sounds like. With Paul, KA5FZU. Paul, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you, my friend?
KI5PZN, KA5FZU. Just fine, Ernesto. Well, I saw you at breakfast Saturday, and afterwards, the usual get together in the parking lot for a little while after breakfast, and then headed down the road, did a little bit of shopping, got that all squared away, even got my ears lowered. So then, up bright and early this morning, we found the fox out there. Thanks to John for a no-mud hunt. That location was just blasting all over the Cedar Park, Leander area. You could hear it from anywhere. No problem finding that one. We were looking for you also, but unfortunately you couldn't make it. But other than that, it's been a quiet weekend, and that's about the end of it. Ran into a little bit of rain, but I didn't melt. We just continued on. That's all I've got, Ernesto. KA5FZU.
Well, very cool, Paul. Yeah, it was good seeing you on Saturday, and it was fascinating to see you put that service dog to sleep like within 2 minutes. For those of you listening, we were at Waterloo on Saturday, and Paul usually hangs out there with us as well. And Kimo showed up with his little service dog. It's a long-haired Chihuahua, and a few minutes later, a little homie was completely passed out on Paul's arm. So that was that was fun to watch, Paul. That was pretty cool. So did you go fox hunting by yourself, or did you take another person with you? Back to you, Paul.
Georgine went with me this morning. She met me up over there at the police station. We left her vehicle there, and we took off, the two of us, and we went after it. We spent more time sitting there talking about it, and then tried taking the bearing, and for some reason 2 different magnetic compasses were giving us a very weird bearing, and we didn't trust either one of them. We went with our instincts, and I think we looked for it maybe an hour until we finally found it. Like I say, this wasn't a really difficult fox. Practically drove up to it.
Oh, Paul, that's I'm sure that's like your opinion, man, because you are the fox hunting ninja, so it's easy for you to get the feel of the fox. I don't even think you have to pull antenna. You can probably hear those things. But I'm sure it wasn't the case for the other guys who went out there looking for it. So, but yeah, no, man. For those of you listening to, Paul is the guy who showed me how to do fox hunting, and everybody else on the club. So if Paul can't find it, nobody else will find that thing. Well, very cool, Paul. Paul, we're going to see you on Saturday at the McKinney Fall potluck. Back to you, Paul.
Most definitely. We're on schedule for Saturday, and got a side dish to bring out there to go with that the kicking, and I'm looking forward to it. And I even tried to get Georgine to push that button to join the club, and hopefully she'll join up out there with us as well.
Oh man, that would be fantastic. That would be really cool. We like her. She's fun, and if she doesn't join this time around, next time I see her, I'll bug her enough so that she will join the club right there. Well, very cool, Paul. Do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
Negative. That's all I had. I'm just going to sit here and listen for a while. We'll turn it back to you, and good evening to everybody. KA5FZU.
All right, Paul. Well, thanks again for checking in, man. It's a pleasure having you on the net, and we'll be talking to you soon. But that was Paul, KA5FZU, and let me do a quick ID before we go to John. You are listening to the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by Ernesto, KI5 PZN, that's Papa Zulu November, on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. Well, we talked to Paul, and now we're going to go and check with our new member, John, AI5LE. He just joined the Discord and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club today, so welcome to the club, John. What's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you?
Hey, Ernesto. This is John, AF5LE. It's been a good weekend. I attended my first Saturday morning breakfast and had an excellent time talking with everyone. Got lots of advice, which I definitely appreciate. Other than that, I've just been working on some projects here at the house. Mainly, I'm recapping an old Marantz receiver. That's keeping me busy. Back to you.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we talked outside. Now I knew that call sign sounded familiar. Yeah, dude, it was really nice seeing you there. You saw the group. That group is getting bigger, and it's a fun group of guys for sure. And it's a great place to go and ask questions as well. How long have you been a ham, John? Back to you.
I took the test a few months ago, but I went traveling for a while, and finally got back home and getting more active. I'm definitely new. I had an office license back in '80, but haven't really done anything more since a few months ago. Back to you.
Very cool, man. No, but at least you've been, around radios for a while. If you got your license, at least exposed to the ham radio community. Yeah, I haven't been a ham for that long, a couple of years now. Still, I don't know half of the stuff that I should know, but talking I do, and that's what I spend most of my time here on ham radio, either talking or doing Fox Hunt. John, we're going to see you on Saturday at the potluck. Back to you.
It's my plan to be there, and I'm just trying to figure out what I should bring. Yeah, so I'll get signed up. I already do have my pass for the day. So I hope to see everyone there. Back to you, Ernest.
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, like I was saying, it's a really good event. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And a really big group of friendly people, which is the most important thing there. Well, aside from the fried chicken, I was happy to say. No, John, it's really awesome, man, and I'm really happy that you are active again and participating, with us. So welcome back to the hobby, man. John, do you have anything else for the net before we keep on trucking here?
I think that's all I've got. Thanks, Ernesto. This is AI5LE. Back to the net.
All right, John. Thanks again for checking into the net. We're here every Sunday, so don't be a stranger. And we're going to go now and check with Mr. Sam, K5JM. Sam, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you, my friend?
Hey, Ernesto and everyone on the net. Good to hear you, and thanks for running it. Things here are going pretty good. Just been kind of more inside today with that blew through, man. I guess I am a warm weather guy, so I've been kind of hunkering down. But otherwise, it was a good week. It was good also hearing you and Jason and a couple people on the 220 net being piped in yesterday. Actually, I tried to check in on that. But I was also cross-banding, so I think, with the cross-banding, there's like a 1 or 2 second little delay from when you push the button to when it, catches the radio and all that. So I think I got lost in the crossfire there, but they had a pretty good thing going. So anyway, it was good to hear that. And when I heard the frequency Jason and Ray were on, I popped over to 40 meters, and I worked Ray real quick over there at where he's out there at the South Llano River State Park, about 3 hours west of here near Junction. So he was plus 20. He heard me right away. So that was kind of my little ham radio thing. Didn't work the contest this weekend, but hopefully, what's going on until it's like, oh man, things happening, I already got plans or whatever. But the CW version of that is also coming up, so I'm definitely going to mark my calendar for that. So that's kind of how things are this week.
Well, very cool, man. I don't know if you knew, but now that 220 net has been picked up by the 320 and the Oak Hill repeater system. That's where you probably saw a little bit more traffic than usual. So if you have any issues next time, just switch to the Oak and you will not have any issues. Yeah, it was sad that bad thing. I guess unfortunate that Steve had to leave like halfway through the net. I guess the first time that happened. And thanks again for showing me or showing us that net, because we didn't know about that net until you brought it up, and it's a really awesome net. I've been calling there for almost 2 years now, and Steve is awesome net controller. But yeah, dude, I could not work the guys, Ray and Jason. I was busy in the kitchen. All I have access was to my HT, so that was out of the reach for me yesterday, and obviously no contest, just like you. Still haven't done a CW contact in the wild, so I'm still going into the net. But I'm working on that video. One of the videos that Pat sent me was where the person is keying the actual words, and I'm going there now, where I'm just trying to hear the complete word and try to get familiarized with the song, with the melody that makes that character. So that's what I'm working on. Sam, are we gonna see you at the potluck on Saturday? Back to you.
Yeah. No worries, man. Yeah, we're always happy to have you on CW. I'll work any mode, if I think about it. And I think that's good, man. And you do a lot for our community, and we're happy to have you on with you there. And I'm glad, even though you packed up some of your radios, you're still here. You are, man, still on the air, rocking it. And to answer your question, I intend to be at the event there. I need to, I guess, get the day pass and sign up and see what's needed. But yeah, I intend to be there. So it'd be great to see you again.
Cool, man. I think I bought my pass yesterday or the day before, and they still have enough, passes available for Saturday. And then, Rusty yelled at me for not signing up or not SVPing, but I finally did that. Probably the last one person in the group to do that. But yeah, no, man, that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to the potluck and seeing all you guys there and hanging out. It's always fun, it's always fun to get together. We have a really good group, and this time around we invited people from all the clubs, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to get, we're making new friends, so that's always exciting. Plus, the food, the fried chicken, can't go wrong with that. Well, Sam, do you have anything going on this week? Any fun plans before Saturday? Back to you.
No, that's it. Everyone stay warm out there for the next couple of days, and then I guess don't put the shorts away. We'll be back. Hopefully, I don't know what the weather. I haven't looked that far ahead what the weather will be like this coming weekend, but hopefully it's not like today. But anyways, man, yeah, we'll listen in, and thanks for running the net, Ernesto. Talk to you soon. K5JM.
Right on, man. Yeah, don't put those shorts away, because I think next week is going to be in the 80s again. It's going to be sweaty, weather again. So this is that weird time where you just have to keep everything, available, because halfway through the day you have to switch from winter to summer, and then, hopefully the rest of the day we'll stick with one side of the spectrum on the temperature. Well, Sam, I appreciate you checking into the net, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to you as well on Saturday. That was Sam, K5JM. He checked into the net, and you can do that too. All you have to do is call Net Control with your name and call sign. I'm looking for check-in.
This is KB5MPJ, Jason in Fredericksburg.
This is
Also, relay for K5BZI in the driver's seat, also in Fredericksburg.
This is WZ5DBS. Get me on the list.
This is KC3 NAG.
This is KM4JKQ, Cedar Park.
Last one, I have KN4JAQ. Is that correct? Back to you.
Oh, correction, KM3K, Jack King Queen.
The signal is a little bit scratchy. Would you mind giving me your call sign with phonetics? Back to you.
You bet. Sorry about that. Kilo Mike 4 Juliet Kilo Quebec.
KM4JKQ. Is that correct? Back to you.
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome, man. Got it. All right. Well, let's go and check now with Jason, KB5MPJ. Jason, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you? I know you had an awesome weekend.
This is KB5MPJ. Yeah, I had an awesome weekend. Ray, K5BZI, and I, for those who didn't know, we went to South Atlanta River State Park and did a POTA this weekend. We made, how many contacts did we make? 222. More than that, because I made more later. Right. We probably made, I'm guessing we made at least 250 contacts. A good amount of them were on 17 meters. We ended up on 17 to kind of avoid the contest. And, yeah, lots of contacts, lots of good food. We just stopped at the Auslander restaurant and beer garden here in Fredericksburg. And we're on our way back to Austin, KB5MPJ.
Dude, that sounds better right now than hitting the lottery. That sounds like a really awesome weekend, and I know that every guy listening right now would have probably liked to have that weekend in the past and not what we did. Well, awesome, man. Did you guys get to also participate in the contest? Back to you.
No, we didn't. We just stuck to POTA, and we started out on 20 meters, made some contacts, and the band was so busy that we were barely able to find a place to operate. You know, and you can kind of hear QRM coming over the signals and everything. And then I thought maybe we would try 17, you know, or try one of the non-contesting bands and see how it went. And sure enough, it was a lot easier to operate, and we still made a lot of contacts there on 17.
Well, very cool, man. And for us, Newham, when there is a contest on HF, so 17 is one band that people don't go in and do contests. Is there any other band that people don't do contests? And is this an always a thing that always happen, or it's just for this one? Back to you, Jason.
So I also tried 12 meters. We made one contact there, but yeah, the WARC bands, so 30, 17, 12. I think there may be one other in there, but there's a handful of HF bands that were legalized later, and they decided that people wouldn't contest on those bands. So that's a place if you want to rag chew or do something else other than contesting. When there's a big contest going, you could get on one of those bands to avoid all the traffic.
That's great information, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us. No idea that was a thing. Usually when it's contest weekend, I just don't go on the radio that much. But now that I know that, and for those of you who didn't know that, there is that information that Jason just shared with us. Jason, do you guys do any fishing? Back to you.
No, we intended to. I brought fishing tackle, and we just never got around to it. We, spend most of the time operating or cooking food. So we did walk down to the river, walk Ray's dog down there, just to check it out. But we didn't get a chance to fish, so maybe next time. Glad I at least had the tackle with me, but we didn't end up using it.
Well, right on, man. Yet, it's unfortunate that you guys didn't get to go fishing, but it sounds like that radio was busy enough where you guys stayed, engaged there. And the food sounded like it was a good, I saw pictures. Thank you for sharing the pictures. That looked delicious as well. Well, very cool, Jason. Jason, are you going to the McKinney State Park next Saturday? Back to you.
So I'm not. I'm actually going up to Dallas for the weekend. I'm going to go to the Queen concert on Friday night in Dallas, and my parents live in Plano, where I grew up, so I'm going to go visit them over the weekend. So, I'll be out of town that weekend, but maybe next time the park does the club does a function, I'll be sure to come. Last year's potluck was a lot of fun, but I can't make it this time.
Well, man, that's unfortunate, and we will miss you for sure, but that sounds like an awesome weekend, too. Going, watching Queen, and visiting your folks, so that's a double whammy there. Well, very cool, man. We're going to miss you on Saturday. Do you have anything else for the net before we move on, my friend?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for doing the net, Ernesto. Back to net, KV5MPJ.
Hi, Jason. Well, I appreciate you checking into the net, always sharing some awesome experience that you seem to have every weekend. Jason's got some awesome weekends always lined up, so thank you, man, for always calling in and letting us know what's up over there. All right, that was Jason, KV5MPJ. Now we're going to go and talk to Uncle Ray. K5BZI. Ray, what's going on, man? How is the weekend and live treating you, my friend?
Hey, K5BZI here in the driver's seat. Camper Mobile, coming back from Fredericksburg, Texas, and glad to hear you, everybody on, and 73 to everybody who's on monitoring. We had a great time. As Jason said, he kind of wrapped it all up there. Got to go down by the river, and Bandit had a good time. He got to sneak a little barbecue from us. We did some grilling and chilling, and boatload of parks on the Aaron, and just having a great old time, man. We got a little bit of wind coming home, but I think we're going to make it all right. K5BZI, back to net.
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, it sounds like you guys had an awesome weekend. What radio do you have on your camper? And that wind situation will donate so many beans. What type of radio do you have on your camper? Did I lose you, Ray? K5PZN calling for K5BZI. K5BZI from KI5PZN on the net. Are you there, Ray?
Yeah, I think we lost connection. What did you hear? Over.
The first stuff that you said, and then I asked you what type of radio you have on your camper, and I didn't hear from you after that.
Yeah, Roger, we lost connection there. So in the camper, as we're mobiling down the road, we're talking to you on Echolink on Jason's phone, but I do have a 2-meter radio that is sitting on 146.520, as well as a Galaxy DX950 that I use on 11-meter sideband while I'm cruising down the road. So, yeah, that's what the camper has. We use my ICOM IC7300 for parks on the air throughout the weekend. Over.
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, that's I know that Galaxy. I'm sure that radio looks awesome. Were you guys able to? Do you guys have electricity there, or do you have to bring your own shenanigans with you?
No, we were in a state park, so we had shore power. It makes life a lot easier. But I did bring. I have a little portable hibachi grill that we use to cook on. We did use the oven. I did turn the gas on, and we used the oven to make cornbread and some queso last night. So yeah, shore power was readily available. So easy peasy. Back to net. K5BZI.
Well, very cool, man. Do you have solar on your camper? I'm curious because I'm entering that world too, and I know you've been doing it for a little longer. So, do you have solar power on your camper? Back to you, Ray.
Not yet, man. Not yet. I've got plenty of space up there. It's just something I haven't gotten to yet. This is a 1986 Class C with a Chevrolet front end. And there's a couple of little things that I have yet to check off my list of repair on this thing. And then I'll probably start looking into putting some solar panels up there. I can't see not having them up there considering how much landscape I've got on the roof of this thing. Might as well, right?
No, man, absolutely. I've been watching a bunch of videos on RVing and all that stuff. Because we have a Airstream, and it's a 1975, and I'm in a couple of weeks I'm gonna start that project, and it works just fine, but there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be fixed, and solar is something that I would like to get my hands into, and I thought that perhaps you had that already going on, but I'm still gonna try to ask you a bunch of questions because I know that you have a good setup there, and I haven't done RVing in the past, so I'm completely clueless as far as that goes. I'm just checking on YouTube, but I'll be bugging you, and probably will go over there and check your setup to see if I get any ideas. If you don't mind, man, back to you.
So absolutely not, and you certainly need to let me know so that we can caravan to a park sometime and do a dual parks on the air, and we can share ideas. We'll both get camp spots right next to each other and just make a party out of it. Over.
Yeah, that's the deal, man. That's the deal. I'm gonna, like I said, work on getting the essentials up and running, and then I already got a truck so that I can pull that thing, and we'll be, yeah, definitely. That's the plan, man. Once we get everything up and running, we're going out, I guess, short trips first to test it, and definitely will be cool if we can make a party, because why not? Back to you.
Well, I certainly like the sound of that, man. So looking forward to it, and I'm happy for your new acquisition there. And it sounds like I heard that the truck you got was pretty cool too. So congrats on that, and right on. That's all I got for you tonight. Thanks for that, and y'all be good. K5BZI73, everybody.
Well, Uncle Ray, I appreciate you checking into the net. Hope you guys have a safe trip back home. We'll be talking soon. And let's see, I should do an idea here. You're listening to the Weekend Wind Down Net. Hosted by Ernesto, KI5PZN, on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. That was Ray. We're talking to K5BZI. Now we're going to go and talk to the president of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, Rusty, WZ5BBS. Rusty, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you?
Man, I got no complaints. Friday night was fun. We got to go hang out on the UT campus with the UT Amateur Radio Club and do the traveling taco net, so that was a ball. Getting to go hang out on the campus, much less just go hang out with all the students and just that whole vibe. It was a whole lot of fun. So Friday night was fun, and then Saturday got to sleep in and do nothing. Totally skipped out on old man breakfast, and then Sunday had some people over for F1. So it's been a very low key weekend, and yeah, the weather is awesome. So no complaints, man. It's just been a great weekend.
Rock and roll, man. You know, I was telling Mireya that they're really old walking through campus because everybody, to me, this isn't a good way, I'm not making fun of people, but everybody around me looked like they were, 12 years old. So, holy smoke, man, I'm getting old. I know you don't feel like that because you're a young buck, but I feel old walking around with kiddos, man.
No, I was getting some funny looks, like, what are you doing over here, old man? Like, it was pretty hilarious. But yeah, no, it's fun just seeing people. There was, I don't know what all was going on there, but there were just people everywhere. So always kind of fun to go hop in a crowd ever so often. But good to go hang out with them. I like that 891 thing that you brought. That was fun. On a total side note, I heard Paul check in. So Paul, K5FZU, your signal sounded great, man, and you need to start hanging out on the repeaters. So call him out whenever the net's over. Let's see if he's still listening and paying attention, because we need more Paul on the repeater.
Hey, we gotta harass him to be on the air a little bit more. Yeah, that was the FT818, the one that 818 is the radio that I was carrying around on Friday and Saturday to breakfast. So for those of you listening, the FT818, it's a little QRP radio by Yaesu, and it does from 160 meters all the way to 70 centimeters, but it's, it's QRP, so you don't get a lot of power. But it's a fun radio to, mess with. So, are you planning on getting one, Rusty? Back to you.
Oh yeah, no, we're not there yet by any means, but it was fun to play with yours and see how it works. And I mean, we were right under the repeater, so it sounded great. But it's a fun little radio, like it really is. But yeah, no, if anything, I'll borrow yours for a weekend and see how it is. But no, I have no intention on buying that one.
No, that radio, I originally bought it. I forgot what was that I had in mind. There was a purpose when I bought that radio, and I didn't do it, whatever I was going to do, so it sat there for a while, and then I started using it as a Studio B next to my working computer just to hit the repeaters, and then now that I'm moving, I remember that it's got the little strap thing, and you can carry like a purse. So that's, I don't know, it's, even though it's not old, looks like a vintage radio, the whole setup, and for me to like it, I guess it's an interesting looking radio for sure, man. Back to you.
Well, I think that, and it's battery operated, so like it's just like it's a cool little size. Like it is. It's a fun thing, but I'm not a big QRP guy. If I'm QRP, it's because I turn my 7300 down to 5 watts. I don't do that. I'm also not a CW person, so I don't know. I get that it's fun, but it's just it's not something for me.
Well, that's the problem right there. You're not a CW person. We have to convert you and bring you over to the dark side, so that you can do the dits and dats with, half a watt and a piece of wire. I know it's not for everybody. Drink your Ovaltine decoding type of thing, but that's how I look at it. That's how I stay engaged, motivated with CW, just the decoding part of the game. Well, Rusty, are you going to be at the potluck on Saturday? Back to you.
So yeah, can you remind me what day that is? I'm not 100% sure when the potluck is.
The 4th of November at McKinney Falls, and we should be getting there like around 11, if I'm not mistaken, 11 or 12. And there's going to be fried chicken, good food, and good company, my friend. Back to you.
Yes, I will be there for sure. I think we have 42 people that have signed up so far. I'm going to be ordering food this week, so any of y'all that are listening, if you haven't signed up yet, go sign up so I can get a good count. That way we got enough food for everybody. But man, it looks like we got people bringing all kinds of great business. So go check out online n508k.org and click on the potluck page. Go sign up. Let us know you're coming. And you got to buy park passes and the whole bit. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Last year's was fun, and we'll see what happens. The Travis County Aries trailer is going to be out, providing us with parks on the air station. We've got at least 2 fox hunts that I know about, so it's going to be a fun event.
Yeah, man, no, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that this becomes a local tradition, because last year was awesome, and if we can continue doing this going forward, that would be really awesome. And if we can get, all of the hams, regardless of where they're coming from, all together, that'll be cool. So everybody will get to meet each other, and hopefully the air will be more active after people, meet each other in person, because that usually is the case. It gets a little bit easier after people meet each other in person. Well, Rusty, do you have anything else for the net before we keep on trucking here, my friend?
I got nothing, man. I changed the timer on All-Star so it connects at 7:15, if you were wondering why you were coming out on both earlier. So yeah, other than that, happy net. We'll holler at you later. WZ5BBS, back to net control.
All right, man, I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, I noticed that. And, well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Well, dude, thanks again for checking into the net. Have an awesome week. Taste the goodness of the biscuit, and we'll be talking to you soon. All right, that was Rusty, WZ5BBS. Then this is KI5 TZN continuing with the weekend wind down. Net, I'm getting lazy with the the ID. Let's go and check with my friend Randy, KC3NAG. Randy, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you, my friend?
Well, hello there, Ernesto, and everybody else in the group. Well, it was like this. So, usually Friday nights, I watch the gold mining shows with my mom, like on the Discovery Channel, and we both kind of enjoy that for what it's worth, without the drama. So, I never gave it a thought that the Traveling Taco Rag Chew show was on. So I completely missed that. And on top of that, I never gave it a thought. There was the first game of the World Series. So I missed that. So then I get up Saturday, like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when I get up. And I'm like, let's get out of HF and scan the band, see if we can find Ray and Jason. And, I got what I expected. There was no room. There was no room at all on the van. And I'm like, okay, well, let's just turn that off and go find something else to do. So, how was the Travel and Taco show, Ernesto?
Well, Randy, I'm sorry that you missed it, and the baseball game as well. It happens, It's sometimes I've been really close to missing the net, because sometimes I take naps and and wake up freaking out. Oh, I forgot. so, it happens. It was great. It was great, man. We had a blast. We went over there and hung out with the kiddos at UT. And I know you guys listening from the UT, I know you guys are not kids, but I'm an old man, so that's why I call you kiddos. It was fun, the usual shenanigans, a bunch of laughs and just joking around. It was fun, the vibe seems to be, similar everywhere we go, where it's just a party going on. So, yeah, dude, it was fun. And then we got the March one booked as well after that one. So it keeps on going, man. It keeps on continuing. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how long it lasts, man. Back to you.
Yeah, well, I did it, I guess it was last month, and it was an absolute blast. So, for y'all out there that would just like to have some fun with the radio in Ernesto and some tacos, and maybe invite some friends over, man, jump on that schedule, because it's only, the last Friday of the month, so chances are limited. Offer expires soon.
Yeah, no, man, it's been fun. I mean, the same, like I said, the same type of vibe, but it's just, party going on, laughing, and people having a good time. Randy, are you going to be going to the potluck on Saturday? I know you like to wake up a little bit later than, most of us, but I'm curious. Back to you, Randy.
Yeah, well, the answer is negative to that. No, I'm not going to potluck. Although I really would like to, because I'm sure that'd be really cool to just hang out and whatnot. But I'm looking forward to Winter Field Day. That's that's my next big outing, and it was certainly fun last year with Ray and. What is it? Yellow Liver Spots, cousin or nephew Cody there, and I promised him, we'd set up a station and get him on the air a little bit for Winter Field Day. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And yeah, I missed the Winter Field Day last year. I went to the one the year before. That was a blast. I didn't stay overnight, but we went there for a few hours. This year. I'm planning on going for sure, man, because that's a fun one too. And the weather, it's nice, even though it gets cold. I'd rather take that over the heat. The summer field day, which I try to stay away from the outdoor. I do the opposite that I guess everybody else do. But I'm guessing you didn't participate on the contest this weekend, right?
Yeah, I did not. I don't do any contesting. No, I turned it down, hoping maybe I could, hear Ray or Jason. But it was just like the band was just so incredibly jammed. I just turned the radio back off.
No, man. For people like us that don't do contesting, it could be like that. You turned it off. But for the people who are into. I'm sure it's great having, so many people on the air. So I guess it's a good thing at the end of the day, because contests don't happen all the time. So it's a good thing that they're getting that much participation. But yeah, I'm like you. If I see that the bands are there, because I usually park in two places on 40 meters to talk to a bunch of guys that I know to different frequencies. And during contests, they're all gone. There's nothing happening. So. I know it's fun, and there's a whole bunch of people that are having a blast with that. But it's I'm glad that we're going back to normal this week, and we'll get to go back to the usual spots. Let me reset here for a second. Randy, did you say that you would like to go to the potluck? Can you go, or are you busy that day? Back to you.
Well. I don't have a car, so at least I would need a ride. And I sleep during the day. I stay up all night just to keep an eye on my 88-year-old mom, so I try to sleep during the day. So I'm usually not around till about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but hey, you might very well catch me at 6 o'clock in the morning, too.
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't think I have your phone number, and we're not going to, do that on the air. But I'm going to send you an email later, send you my contact info. Because if you can make it, just ping me, and I'll go and pick you up, and we'll make it happen, man. I just have to have your phone, because on email, it takes forever, and I don't check it every day and all that stuff. So I'll ping you later with the phone number, and you don't have to go, but, if you are awake, I'll be more than happy to pick you up, man. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Ernesto, that's very kind of you, and I certainly appreciate it, but I wouldn't count on me going, okay? But, yeah, thank you, man, thank you.
Bet, man. Like I said, I'll send you an email just because I won't have your phone anyway. I won't be spamming you with junk and selling your contact info, but we'll be talking. Randy, you have anything else for the net before we keep on trucking, my friend?
Well, let me think. No. But I do have your number. I'll just send you a text so you have my number, and you can email me anytime anyway, so no worries. This is KC3NAG, back to net control.
Awesome, Randy. Thanks again for checking into the net. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. We'll be talking this week, man, and hopefully we'll get you to wake up early on Saturday and get you to have some awesome fried chicken. That was Randy, KC3NAG, and you're listening to the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by me, Ernesto, KI5PZN, that's Papa Zulu November. On Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. via the University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. We'll go now and check with James, KM4JKQ. James, what's going on, man? How is the weekend treating you? KM4JKQ from KI5PZN on the net. James, are you there? James, are you there? Sorry. Well, looks like James got busy after he checked in, but James, if you can hear me, perhaps it's that you can get to the radio. Thank you for checking into the net, and hopefully we'll hear from you again. All right, well, let's check a few things here. 8:43, so we should start, wrapping this up so we don't go over and step on Jeff's net. But before we do that, I am going to read you guys a list of the local nets so that you can stay radioactive throughout the week. Start with Mondays. Mondays are busy, y'all. We have 4 nets, and those 4 nets they all start at 8 p.m., so you get to pick whichever you would like to try. And we get started with the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6-meter Monday. And that's on the 50.125 megahertz, upper side band, obviously. And then we also have the Williamson County Amateur Radio Club Newham net. That's on the 146.640 megahertz repeater at, again, 8 p.m. The weekly YL net on the Oak Hill repeater system at 8 p.m. That's a fun net, too, from, I think, somewhere in around Dallas area. Fun net also starts at 8 p.m. And the Texas A&M University Amateur Radio Club Information and Training Net, that's on the University Link repeater system at 8 p.m. Tuesdays, we have 2 nets. We have the Oak Hill Southside Simplex. Hosted by Ray, K5BZI, on the 146.555 megahertz frequency. And before that one, actually, at 6 p.m., it's the Absolute TechNet, and that's on the Oak Hill repeater system at 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Net, and that's on the University Link repeater system, and the N50AK repeater system at 8 p.m. Thursdays, we have two nets. We have the Oak Hill CW Net, hosted by Pat, W5WTH, and that's on the 3.532 megahertz frequency at 7:30 p.m. 3.532. That's 80 meters, but if you are a technician, you can participate because that is the portion of the 80 meters where you can go and play on CW. 3.532 on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Right after that one is the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net, hosted by a different operator every week, and that's on the N50AK repeater system and the University Link repeater system at 8 p.m. On Fridays, on the last Friday of the month, we have the Traveling Taco Net, and that's from a different QTH every month, and that's just me going to y'all's QTH. I bring tacos, we talk about tacos, hang out, talk about radios, and just have a good time. Silly, but fun net. That's on the last Friday of the month, and so far it looks like it will be going until March at least. That's the last one that I have on the calendar. Saturdays we have three nets. We have the K5LBJ News and Information Net. That's on the N50AK repeater system and the University Link repeater system, and that's around 10 a.m. It's when it starts. At 7 p.m., the Austin Amateur Radio Club Elmer's Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW, on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m. on Saturdays, the 220 megahertz Guys Original Preservation Net, hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ, and that's either on the 224.100 megahertz repeater or the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. And again, that's at 9 p.m. on Saturday. That's a fun net, y'all. Sundays, it's busy as well. We have four nets on Sundays. We get started with the Austin Amateur Radio Club 10-meter weekly net, and that's on the 28.410 megahertz at 3 p.m. At 7 p.m., the Travis County Aries weekly net on the 147.360 megahertz repeater, again at 7. At 7:30, this one, the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by me, Ernesto, KI5PZN, on the University Link repeater system and the N50AK repeater system. And we get started every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Right after this one coming up, the Austin Amateur Radio Club Swap Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW, on the 146.940 repeater. And again, that's at 9 p.m. coming up, so don't forget to check that out. And also, don't forget to go to n50ak.org to check the calendar for the DMR machine. There are nets almost every night on the DMR machine. And also, you can go to n50ak.org and check the calendar for all of these nets that I just told you about. Let's get a count on tonight's check-in. And we have, let's see, we got 10 check-ins tonight. Thank you guys for making it happen. Thank each and every one of you for checking in tonight. And that was Ka, David, Paul, John, Sam, Jason, Ray, Rusty, Randy, and James. What a crowd.
Break.
Break.
N5WRW, I've been sitting here listening.
All right, man. Well, I add you to the list here. Dwight, thank you for checking in as well. You had a good weekend?
Pretty good. Was putzing around with the HF radio. The CQ contest was on. I worked Costa Rica.
Oh, cool, man. That's pretty awesome, man. The bands were very busy all week and long, so I'm sure it was fun to get out there and play on HF. Are you going to the Potluck on Saturday?
I'm not sure. Yeah, this was on 10-meter phone. I haven't been on there for ages.
Funny, like right before the net, I turned on the radio and I checked 10 meters and I have an NFET. Usually I don't use it for 10 meters, but I was checking and it seems like it was still busy at almost 7:30 at night. I wouldn't be surprised if there's still people out there on 10 meters. Back to you.
Sure thing. Yeah, I was just, I've got this NFET that's supposed to work on 80 meters, and it does, but it actually tunes up better on 160. I'm sure it's a limp noodle on 160, but it does tune.
Bernie, you gotta take advantage of that. I don't have enough real estate here to make it happen. I haven't heard anybody still on 160, but I don't have a good antenna. I don't have an antenna for it. Do you hear a lot of activity on 160? Back to you, Dwight.
Not a peep. I don't know why. I have never actually talked to anybody on 160.
I've heard in the last couple of years, maybe a couple of people here and there, but I think the main reason, I'm guessing, is the real estate that you need to have that antenna. Not everybody's got that. Or if they have it, they just don't want to mess with such a long wire, so they just stick with 80 meters. And anyways, that's where out of those two, 80 meters where you find the fun, in my opinion. Back to you.
Roger. Well, I'll let you get about concluding the net anyway. N5WRW.
Hi, Dwight. Well, I appreciate you checking in, man. It's always good talking to you. Hopefully you'll make it to the Potluck on Saturday. It's a lot of fun, man. All right, well, let's wrap this up. And I would like to thank Kyle, KA5D. Actually, no, I'm a little bit ahead of this. Thank you for joining me tonight on the Weekend Wind Down Net. I hope that even if your weekend was a bust, and definitely if it was a blast, that we all keep the momentum, focus on the positive, and here's to a great start to your week. I want to make Rusty mad if I don't play that. Well, thanks again to Kyle, KA5D, and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, and 50AK, for letting me use their repeater system to run this net. To learn more about the University Link repeater system, please visit ka5d.com. If you would like to learn more about the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, including how to become a member and how to join the club's Discord server, please visit n5oak.org. I'm Ernesto, KI5PZN, and from my QTH in East Austin, Texas. 73, and thanks again for participating and listening along tonight. This system is now returned to regular amateur use. Good night, y'all, and go and check the swap net. Bye. It's funny, I almost skipped that. I'm sure that's going to get me in trouble one of these days, but I almost skipped that. I thought about you.
Don't you dare, man. That's part of the net. WZ5BBS.
And it will until I receive that letter, a nasty gram from the FCC.
Alright, well, as long as they're listening. KI5PZN. Just send your hate mail towards him. Let him know. Talk to you later, man. WZ5BBS clear.
Alright, dude. I'll be QSYing to the swap net. Good night, y'all. KI5PZN. I'll be clear from here.
Y'all be safe, Jason and Ray, on your way home. I love watching Through the Parks on the Air channel. Looked like y'all had a great weekend. So, y'all get home. We'll holler at you later. WZ5BBS.
Thanks, Rusty. KB5MPJ. Yeah, we're here in Johnson City, making our way home. So, yeah, we're probably going to try to tune into the SwapNet here in a little bit. But, yeah, making our way home.
Roger, roger, man.
K5MPJ, K5MWA, here.
MWA, your audio was low. You might try that again.
KB5MPJ, this is K5MWA. You hearing me out there?
Oh, that's much better.
K5MWA, KB5MPJ.
I was listening to the net. I didn't have time to check in because I had some things to do, but I heard you guys on. Congratulations on a good POTA. I worked some of the contests yesterday and today. Intermittently, I had other things to do, but as all said and done, I ended up with 170 contacts and 5 additional countries that I hadn't worked before.
Yeah, 170. That's a good run. Yeah, between me and Ray, we had probably close to 250 or something like that over the whole weekend. I don't know if you heard us talk about it on the net, but 20 was so jammed up that we ended up going to 17 for a lot of our POTA and made tons of contacts on 17. So that was it ended up being a lot better place to operate for POTA during the contest.
Roger that. You know, when you trunk all the fish down into one little chute right there, one band, you can definitely probably catch POTA everywhere. I had my best luck on 10 most of the time. I did QSY down to 15, into 20, into 40 a little bit. I didn't get anything, I don't think, on 80, but 10 was just gangbusters, man. And I got the last biggie I got, but then it took me an hour and a half to get in to break through the pileup. But I got Samoa this evening on 10, and then I got. I think I got Morocco somewhere along the way, at least once. And I worked several of the stations on 4 of the bands, several stations on 3 bands, and one station I know I worked on 4 bands. So anyway, it was fun, and I had fun doing it. So now I'm kicked back in the bed and trying to get some rest.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't think I've ever tried that hard on a pileup. I usually try for a while. Sometimes my strategy is, try it for a while and then maybe move on and come back to it, and hopefully maybe it'll lighten up a little bit. But that's cool that you finally made it through after an hour and a half. We tried a little bit of 10 meters. We played around on 10 meter FM, and I tried a little bit of POTA, but the antenna we had up, I had trouble tuning it on 10 meter SSB, and so I went back to 17, made one contact on 12, and we had one overseas contact. It was an Echo Alpha station, and a few Canada stations, and I think a Mexico. The rest were all U.S.
Roger that. Well, I was trying to avoid the U.S. stations mostly because they really didn't count any points for because it was a DX contest mainly. But so everything I was trying to work was everywhere else. It was real easy to get into Brazil and South America with transequatorial, but man, hitting into Africa was almost impossible. I got, like I said, 1 or 2 out of there. I got no Russia. I got only a few Japan. Did get a couple of VKs and ZLs, but that's, usually I can get them on 10 pretty easy, but man, 10 was just slam packed. And I was using the N1MM logger and had it hooked into that one of the Telnet spotters, so I could see what was on the band at any given time. But I would change. I'd click on one of the stations, and you'd hear them, but you'd also hear them.
Yeah, we didn't get much international. We worked pretty much the whole lower 48. Probably hit just about every state except Alaska and Hawaii. We did get Puerto Rico, and I think one Europe, a few Canada. I don't know, maybe 10 Canada, and like 1 or 2 Mexico, and that was it. But still a lot of contacts. I mean, probably easily 250 contacts or something like that. So it was a good POTA weekend.
Roger. Yeah, well, I did just for me. I snagged an Alaska station that was on. That was a good find there. But you guys had fun with it, and so did I. So we'll catch you later. I'm gonna turn the light out, turn the TV up, find out what's going on. So good night, and we'll see y'all later. K5MWA clear.
Okay, good talking to you, Mike. We're making our way home here. We're taking the jog off of 281 onto 290 out here just past Johnson City. So maybe another half hour to get back to my place. So I'll talk to you soon. Maybe talk to you on Simplex if you're on Tuesday. So good talking to you, Mike. 73 KV5MPJ clear with K5MWA.
3, tell Ray I said 73.
Ray says hi.